The U.S. Navy stated that 2 U.S. aircraft carriers conducted exercises in the disputed South China Sea, even as China carried out military drills in the adjacent waters. The Navy said in a statement that the USS Nimitz and USS Ronald Reagan were carrying out operations and exercises in the South China Sea to support a free and open Indo-Pacific. Rear Admiral George M. Wikoff was quoted as saying by the Wall Street Journal, which first reported the exercises, "The purpose is to show an unambiguous signal to our partners and allies that we're committed to regional security and stability." The Global Times, the mouthpiece of China's authoritarian regime, stated, "The South China Sea is fully within the grasp of the Chinese People's Liberation Army (PLA), and any U.S. aircraft carrier movement in the region is solely at the pleasure of the PLA, which has a wide selection of anti-aircraft carrier weapons like the DF-21D and DF-26 aircraft carrier killer missiles." This was responded by a U.S. Navy spokesman who tweeted with the hashtag @OurDiscretion. And yet, there they are, 2 U.S. Navy aircraft carriers operating in the international waters of the South China Sea. Hashtag USS Nimitz and hashtag USS Ronald Reagan are not intimidated. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes how the U.S. checkmated China in the South China Sea with a massive show of force with 2 supercarriers. Let's get started. This video is sponsored by War Thunder. If you are, like us, fascinated by military vehicles and technology, I recommend you give War Thunder a try. It's a military vehicle combat game which you can download and play for free on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One with cross-platform support. It has a huge variety of more than 1,200 playable aircraft, tanks, helicopters, and ships from the 1930s to the 1990s, which you can take to battle on land, in the air, and at sea on more than 80 theaters of war. War Thunder's been kind enough to offer all Defense Updates viewers a special bonus, which will grant you a free premium tank, aircraft, or ship, and 3 days of premium account time for registering using our link in the description below. So take the plunge and join more than 20 million players from around the world. China claims almost 90% of the South China Sea through its so-called 9-dash line map. It says it has indisputable sovereignty over the sea. The wide-reaching demarcation was rejected by an arbitral tribunal at The Hague in July 2016. Several countries, which include Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan, have disputed these claims. The route is significant, as about $5 trillion in trade through shipping passes each year. The sea also has alleged 11 billion barrels of untapped oil and 190 cubic feet of natural gas. China announced last week that it had scheduled 5 days of drills starting July 1st near the Paracel Islands, which are claimed by both Vietnam and China. U.S. warships, including supercarriers, have been conducting different kinds of exercises in the Western Pacific, including in the South China Sea. At one point recently, the United States had 3 carriers in the region. Both USS Nimitz and USS Ronald Reagan are Nimitz-class supercarriers. The Nimitz-class supercarriers are a class of 10 nuclear-powered aircraft carriers in service with the United States Navy. These are some of the largest vessels constructed, and each cost around $4.5 billion. Both ships have a displacement of around 100,000 tons and an overall length of 332.8 meters, 1,092 feet. To give viewers a perspective, it's about 3 football fields long. Each of these ships is powered by 2 A4W nuclear reactors kept in separate compartments. These power 4 propeller shafts and can produce a maximum speed of over 30 knots or 56 kilometers per hour. As a result of the use of nuclear power, the ships are capable of operating continuously for over 20 years without refueling, and are predicted to have a service life of around 50 years. Practically, they have unlimited range. Nimitz class possesses a multitude of different radars, including electronically scanned array 3D radars. It's equipped with 16 to 24 RIM-7 Sea Sparrow or NATO Sea Sparrow missiles. RIM-7 Sea Sparrow is a U.S. shipborne short-range anti-aircraft and anti-missile weapon system primarily intended for defense against anti-ship missiles. Close-in weapon system (CIWS) duties are performed by Phalanx and RIM-116 rolling airframe missile. Each of the two supercarriers has a flight group of more than 60 aircraft. This includes FA-18 Hornet and FA-18 Super Hornet, which is the main offensive force and could be used to enforce air dominance. These are twin-engine, supersonic, all-weather, carrier-capable, fourth-generation multi-role fighter aircraft. They have a payload of 7,700 kilograms or 17,000 pounds and can carry ground attack weapons as well as air-to-air missiles. Apart from these fighter jets, these supercarriers have EA-18G Growler and E-2C Hawkeye. The EA-18G Growler is an airborne electronic attack (AEA) aircraft. It's capable of electronic attack (EA) and suppression of enemy air defense (SEAD), particularly at the start and ongoing early stages of hostilities. Northrop Grumman's E-2C Hawkeye is a carrier-capable AWACS aircraft. It's designed to give long-range warning of incoming aerial threats and as a secondary role of command and control. DF-21D is an anti-ship ballistic missile (ASBM) and is capable of targeting a moving aircraft carrier strike group from long range. It has a maximum range exceeding 1,450 kilometers or 900 miles and is thought to be operational since 2009. DF-21D has hypersonic speed and can be launched from land-based launchers. It can carry a large single conventional or nuclear warhead of 600 kilograms or about 1,320 pounds. United States Naval Institute in 2009 stated that such a warhead would be large enough to destroy an aircraft carrier in one hit, and that there was currently no defense against it if it worked as theorized. The DF-26 has a range of 4,000 kilometers or 2,500 miles and is thought to be designed to conduct precision nuclear or conventional strikes against ground and naval targets. It's China's first conventionally armed ballistic missile capable of reaching Guam and the American military installations located there. This has led to the missile being referred to by netizens as the Guam Express or Guam Killer. The missile was officially revealed at the Chinese 2015 parade commemorating the end of the Second World War. United States has been deploying SM6 anti-ballistic missile on its Aegis-enabled Arleigh Burke-class destroyer and Ticonderoga-class cruisers. SM6 was designed for extended-range anti-air warfare (ERAAW) purposes, providing capability against fixed and rotary-wing aircraft, unmanned aerial vehicles, anti-ship cruise missiles in flight, both over sea and land, and terminal ballistic missile defense. It can also be used as a high-speed anti-ship missile. The missile uses the airframe of the earlier SM-2ER Block 4 RIM-156A missile and some targeting elements from AIM-120C AMRAAM. It can discriminate targets using its dual-mode seeker, with the semi-active seeker relying on a ship-based illuminator to highlight the target, and the active seeker, having the missile itself, sends out an electromagnetic signal. SM-6 has a max speed of Mach 3.5 and has a 140-pound, 64-kilogram blast fragmentation warhead. It's a much superior weapon when compared to SM-2 and SM-3 missile and is better equipped to intercept missiles like DF-21D and DF-26. The combined force of two carrier strike groups has around 120 strike aircraft. This enables massive force projection. The group possesses multiple Ticonderoga and Arleigh Burke-class warships. Ticonderoga class has 122 and Arleigh Burke class has 92 Mark 41 cells, which can be armed with different types of weapons that include land attack cruise missiles like Tomahawks. U.S. Navy also deploys nuclear-powered submarines like Los Angeles class, Seawolf class, or Virginia class as part of the strike group. These have practically unlimited range and endurance. The U.S. military also leverages platforms like P-8A Poseidon, as well as long-range AWACS like Boeing E-3 Sentry to support the carrier strike group. It's clear that the carrier strike group is capable enough to defend itself and retaliate with enormous firepower.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.